Shalom, this is Yah is Magnified, and I'm back with another informative video. Today's video is titled, Case Closed. Stop it before it starts, part 2. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They are all facts and all truth, nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, guys, hit that like button. And also, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And also hit that notification bell so you all can be notified as I'm dropping these powerful videos. So without further ado, guys, let's get to it. Okay, so this video will in fact be a testimony. But as always, before I bring my uncle on to give his testimony, I like to go over his documents so you all can see what has taken place in his case. And when he gives his testimony, it will also vouch for the documents that you all see on the screen, okay? So now, this will in fact be my aunt's second testimony with me, okay? That's why I titled this one Part 2. Okay, if you haven't watched Part 1, I will put the link in the description box to the first testimony that he gave, so you all can go back and watch that video once this video go off, okay? So now, as you all can see on the screen, this document my aunt received coming from the Department of Human Services out of the state of Georgia. The document was dated May 26, 2021, which was 2 years ago, guys, okay? My aunt, we're going to call him Mr. McGuire, right? And it states what? You are invited. Okay, so what is this, guys? This is simply an invitation. An invitation to do what? An invitation to participate in their services, okay? But let's read it. It states, a child support case was opened with the Department of Human Services, DHS, for the following children. Okay, we're going to call the child's last name Miles, but let's continue. It states, we look forward to meeting with you to discuss paternity of the above child or children and answer the questions you may have about your case. As you all notice, I highlighted the words, your case. But hold on now. If he's the defendant, then it's not his case. Okay, we know that without a shadow of a doubt. We know that someone is actually suing him for support and paternity, okay? So it's not his case. It's the person who's suing you, which would be what, guys? The Department of Human Services. But in his case, it's the Georgia Department of Human Services, okay? So, understand what's going on, guys, when you're dealing with these situations. This is simply an invitation, okay? You have a right to accept or deny the invitation, guys. And it's just that simple. Like if I was to invite you all to come out to eat, if you don't want to go out to eat and you simply decline my invitation, you have a right to do so. And I cannot penalize you for declining an invitation. Because that's all it is, guys. It's just an invite, okay? So now, let's go to the case closure forms. So let's go there. Okay, so now, as you all can see on the screen, this is in fact the document that my aunt received from the Georgia Department of Human Services. This document was dated June 15, 2023. As you all can see, my aunt, Mr. McGuire, his address and everything else I crossed out. His child's mom, first and middle name I crossed out, so we're going to call her Miss Miles. And also the case number I also crossed out as well. Then it states, Dear Mr. McGuire, right? And it reads, your case has been closed for current support. That box is not checked, okay? And none of the boxes underneath that is checked. But now let's go to the highlighted area. If you guys want, you all can pause that and read the first two unchecked boxes. But now let's go to the box that is checked, which is what? Your case has been closed, okay? As you all can see, none of the boxes below that is also checked. They just simply closed the case. But now let's read the first box underneath that. This states what? Payment of all arrears and interest, if applicable, has been satisfied. Your case has been closed. No further payments are due. Okay, so now as you all can see, that box is in check. Okay, but let's continue to the next box. It states what? Child support payments received by you from blank to blank are being returned. We are unable to locate the custodial parent. So again, as you all can see, that box is not checked. Let's continue on. The next box, I highlighted it in yellow for a reason. It states what? The custodial parent requests that the case be closed. So as you all can see, the custodial parent, who is Miss Miles, she did not request the case to be closed. Okay? And if she did request the case to be closed, let's read further. It states, you remain under an order to pay child support. Then it states, begin paying the custodial parent directly immediately, retaining a copy of your records. So again, that does not apply. Okay, so again, the custodial parent did not close the case. Okay, but let's continue on. Let's go to the last box, and it reads, the custodial parent has provided supporting evidence that opening this case is not in the best interest of the child. So now, as you all can see, none of the boxes below that is checked. Even the last box, let's go to the last box that states the child or children of this case is/are over 18 years old or otherwise emancipated. That box is not checked as well, guys. So now let's go to the last page. So let's go to the next page and finish reading it off, and then after that, I'll bring my uncle in to give his testimony. All right, so now as you all can see, this is in fact the second page. You all can pause and read it if you like. All right. That's the agent acting on behalf of the Division of Child Support Services. And that's it, guys. So now, without further ado, let's bring my uncle in to give his testimony. Let's get to it. Okay, as promised, I got my uncle on the phone. Are you ready, Op?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, the floor is yours.
All right, cool. So, first of all, before we even get to the fun part of the video, the best part of the video, I just want to give praises to God for being patient with someone like me, because I know I could be bullheaded sometimes, and other times I'm just not so comprehensive. But it seemed like ever since I got on the page for Yahuah Magnified, things just started to make sense, and they started to click for me. Even as a younger male in this world, all the way up until the part where I figured it out, or the light went off for me, yeah, that's a different way, or that's a different type of walk that you can have, and you don't have to always operate under situations where you just feel like it's just not fair, or you feel like you're just being told around in so many directions, and you're only just a man or just a woman, and you can only do so much in 24 hours. So I just want to thank God for just the patience and the right wisdom and knowledge and understanding, like Yahuah Magnified pages talks about and preaches. So I'll start out with letting people know my first video with Yahuah Magnified is called "Stop It Before It Starts." I've been a advocate, listener, studier, student. I guess a fan at this point, because it's kind of crazy how your life could be what it is, and then the next day you get papers telling you that, hey, you're everything but a child of God. So you got things to handle under some type of fraudulent act, or whatever it is that they're telling you is going on. I don't know. To this day, I still cannot comprehend how I got in so much legal stuff with a person who I barely know, that barely knows anything about me, who even to this day, I feel like it's a little embarrassing to even talk about it, just to go about doing things the way that they did. But it is what it is. So from the first day of understanding the material that Yahuah Magnified put out there for me and the whole world to see, the first thing I knew was I gotta fight. I have to do something, because my first piece of paper said that you're invited. Technically, you're invited to just let us railroad you and disrespect you. If you understand what I'm saying, then you understand what I'm saying. You have the floor, and you have an invitation to just give us jurisdiction to just be subject to anything and play with you in any type of way. But that right there in itself, it was just scary. It's funny now, but it was scary when it happened, because yeah, I'm 20 something years old, but I still feel like I got a lot to learn. And child support, you telling me right now, God, that's what I got to learn right now? Or is that what I have to go through? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Did my praying, did my studying, still tried to figure out, hey man, what is the flaw to this Yahuah Magnified page? I saw a lot of the back and forth where people have their stances on however they want to submit paperwork, however they want to stand as a person or a man or entity or whatever they want to deem themselves. But for some reason, all the checks and balances kept going back towards this page right here. So if you're listening to this page and you're in the Georgia area, all the way to the other end of the United States, so if you even get past that, this is the real deal. That paperwork you see on that page, that paperwork that you see on, I'm going ahead to stand behind it. Any paperwork that you send and people coming up here and telling their story, man, I stamp it and I stand behind it. I'm right here with one of my main supporters, and my second supporter is behind me. Sorry, you probably can't see him, but without God, them, and Yahuah Magnified, I don't know what to say. I'd probably be in a whole nother situation, stressed out, down and bad. But I rendered everything back to Caesar. I'm good. And let's talk about it. So first time I realized I had to fight, it had a lot of to do with not understanding what I know anymore and relearning the world and relearning all these legalities and relearning at this point they're saying that they don't use Latin, but they're clearly speaking in Latin on these paperwork. They're talking with all these capital letters and all these different correspondence that I don't understand, because at the end of the day, I'm a man anyway. They want to do business and I can't do business with them. They want to do business with I guess with the intent on me not fighting, or with their intentions on me just laying down and taking it. And that's not what happened. I went in there while the world was closed. I had court this day, and in my first testimony you'll hear me talk about going in there with being nervous on my mind, not being sure, but I was ready to fight. And when I went in there, I had no one to fight. The mother didn't even show up. The supposed child that she's talking about, not even there, or her legal team. No one is there. But Mr. McGuire is there, though. You know what I mean? And so I go in there and and I go in the courtroom and I'm prepared to fight. I check back in with y'all's magnify's page after seeing that I didn't have court proceedings. Not only did I not have court proceedings, I didn't have my name on the docket. You know what I mean? All together. Like, these people act like they did not send anything to my address or any address that was supposed to be used, or however they would have gotten in contact with them. So it goes from there. I speak with him and I let him know what's going on. He tells me, don't leave. You still got more work to do. We still got to fight, figure out some more things. So I go to the clerk's office and I wanted to make sure that they receive every piece of paperwork that we put in, every piece of motion that I wanted to see on their end, to see if anything was done legal on their end. You could see paperwork on their end is incomplete. People are signing my name for papers. It's fraudulent. I don't know how they got social security numbers, but hey, it's the world we live in. And that day it taught me something. Like, if I'm ready to fight, I got to be ready to fight harder, because these people are violating me harder than I thought they were. You know what I mean? And pause to anybody that may feel a way about what I just said, but that's the ultimate truth of what it is. I just told my wife over here, I said, man, yeah, I may have invested in this 17 years into this and being told that I have to sit here and take things as they come because I don't have the right wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So that court day goes as it does. I speak with the clerk's office. When I asked to speak to the people that are sending the papers to me, I'm being looked at as if I'm crazy. A couple people told me that who I'm looking for may be in the ground, dead, literally. And then I was given directions that were just pretty much looking to just jerk me around, because when I went in there talking the talk, looking at the fight, they could see that, yeah, this is not regular. This is not the norm. This man is not here to sit here and get ready to pay child support or get ready to sit here and just go with whatever court proceedings. I'm actually here to defend all of this craziness that they have associated to the Social Security number. So, in the middle of a pandemic, I'm waiting to hear back from these people. I don't hear back from them at all. I moved from my residence or where I was. I go to another place. Still don't hear back from them. I'm thinking like a year has gone on at this point, and I got something crazy I never thought that I'd get once again, because the fight is so it just is what it is, from the personnel to the bailiffs to the judge to the defendants and the plaintiffs. All of it is just different from me, because it's like hearsay at this point. But I got a paper coming from the Court of Pleas in Lucas County, the Court of Pleas in Ohio. And the mother who started out this case in Georgia, she took her talents that direction. And I guess her legal team, I gave her some type of advice. I don't know what she was trying. I don't know what was going on, but when she went out there to go start up her case or her complaint, it was already in my favor because the mother and her said enough, let them know that they was on Section 8, let them know they was already being, assisted by them and all type of things. They spoke so much, went in there claiming so much and not asking King for anything, making all these claims that they talked themselves out of a whole case in Ohio.
Yep.
Of course, we did what we had to do paperwork-wise, but yes, that right there is another testimony. I have so many testimonies working with this man, working with you, bro. It's ridiculous. And I come from that story to go to another part because it's been a long journey. So if everything is kind of scattered, I'm keeping it together as best as I can. But I have nothing but W's to tell you guys about, or you women that may be going through something that you don't like, because I understand that this is not a one-way thing. A lot of people get affected by this because, in my testimony, I'm telling you, I don't see the problem being the parents. I see the problem being the system itself and all these generational curses and not understanding how to really treat each other, especially with this government involved. But my new testimony right here says, without even reading the paper, case closed.
Yep.
I don't even have to look at what the paper said. It said that my name is up there. Well, that name is up there. The mother's name is up there. I don't know how much is blocked out, but Miss Smiles' name is up there. Mr. McGuire's name is up there. And it shows that I've been awarded remedy, you guys.
Yep.
The real remedy, not the I wanted to kind of sort of remedy. This right here says case closed.
Right.
I'm not put off. I'm not held up. I'm not still in the public paperwork, in court paperwork, saying that this is still something with a green status. This is open. No, sir and ma'am, this is closed. By God, good work, bro. This is closed.
Yeah.
That's my
congratulations again. I
appreciate that, man. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Oh,
and
man.
My lady, man, when she saw the paperwork, and I told you this was another testimony. It's like I'm in the middle of moving homes, and I had a tenant in there that wasn't so nice or whatever, and I skimmed past the story to let you know. It caused us financial hardship, and it cost us a lot of testing times, you know what I'm saying? Kind of test your integrity and all these things. But do you know, the whole time I'm sitting here wondering, when am I going to get the proper remedy? My tenant had been holding my papers, saying that my case had been closed for over a month now.
So you've been free for a whole month, didn't even know it.
What he said, babe?
He kept saying you ain't getting any mail now.
He kept saying I ain't get no mail. He kept saying wasn't nothing there for me, but it's crazy. Everything was there for me and more.
That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy.
That's how I found out that information. I didn't actually get this in no email. I didn't get Yahuah magnify calling me, telling me, hey, I feel like we did a half job. We can go do more. Let's keep bothering these people till we can produce a faulty testimony or something that looked good for the rest of the guys. No, this is the real deal. You know what I mean? All my paperwork looks so crazy coming from these people, from this entity or from wherever, this state of Georgia, whatever that's supposed to be, or wherever that is. But it's crazy though, when they got that case closed paperwork, it looked so official. That looked like the one I needed. No, that's the one.
Exactly. Yep, that's it.
Yeah. You guys, man, my last thing I'm gonna say, and I'll let Yahuah magnify have it back, man. Render all things to Caesar, bro, if you feel like it's too. If you know that ain't for you, man, render all things. And then I understand there's other guys that would like to be in situations with their I don't even know what to call them at that point, because my situation is different. But with that child's parent, everybody don't want to not deal with the parent. Everybody don't want to not deal with the child. Everybody don't want to not deal with the support. Find out what it is that you want. Pray about it, bro, and go get that right wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, bro. The rest of that could be done. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Yeah, stay of course, man. Like, there's so many guys out here, boy, that look like you. It's crazy. You don't know that they look like you. You don't know that they going through what you're going through. But when you become one of the ops, man, and you open up your eyes the right way, you can't close them. You can't shut them. You can't unsee this world for what it is and how things operate. It's kind of disgusting for me. I've always felt displaced, right, as a black man in America, right? You know how that goes. But to actually know that if you guys always say that you are giving it up to the highest power or however you give your praises up to, don't stop that when you get in the courtroom, bro. Like, if you're gonna be a faithful or a person of faith, bro, be that, bro.
Be that. Yeah.
Be that. Stop being lucid with the straw man and all this. Hey, man, be that, bro. Be who you are. I'm a man. I'm a man. I don't know who they are.
A man first, before anything. Before anything. That's all you can be, man. Anything outside of that, uncivilized.
Can't do nothing with it, man. But with that being said, my favorite quote from you, man. With that being said, shalom, man.
All right. So, do you have anything else to say before you roll? Because you was also because I just wanted to ask you before I let you go. Did you ever make a payment to child support?
So on that paperwork, it showed that if I was in the rears or if I sent any checks, that they'll be sending it back to me. I wish I could have had that situation, but I ain't never paid them. I ain't never had nothing to do with it. I never made a claim. You know why? Because I'm trying to stop it before it starts. I'm not here for the Ponzi schemes and all this craziness. No. I got my gift. I got my remedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me ask you, how many documents did I give you for this case?
I don't want to tell the story, so I'm gonna be honest. I remember motion, affidavit, and then honestly, I'm gonna start right there. It probably was like 4 or 5, and then when she tried to do her little Ohio play or Ohio move, same thing. We just sent them the same thing because then we gave them additional paper letting them know that they was in the wrong for what they were doing out there. So I'm gonna say 5, 6.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. I just want to let people know that you 5 shots back. They was sending you information. You sent them documents back.
Yeah.
And they went away after that, right?
Yeah. Oh, and the last thing I add in my testimony, because like I said, it was a long journey. They sent 5 invitations, guys. I responded to none of the invitations, guys. Well, your phone calls. Yeah, and they start. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. In Ohio, they got so annoyed with me. They're asking me like, "So what's your name?" I'm like, "Well, I'm here in the business of, you know what I mean? Or I'm doing, I got to pay responsibility for this Social Security number. I'm business of, but listen, the 5 invitations and the eight ignored calls from me, and I sit on hold in Ohio. I say for a totality of 5 hours out of my life, guys. I used to do landscape and sit in my truck and stress about this.
Yep.
I used to stress about this in the truck, trying to figure out why are they playing with me on this phone. I hope that I'm saying the right thing. Am I even going down the right path? Man, maybe I should go get some more resources just to make sure, like, am I doing this right? But the whole time, man, you just got to have that confidence. You get that paperwork, get your confidence together, get your mind together, be ready so you ain't got to get ready. So when those games started being played, I said, man, you know what? I could play them also. You know what I mean? I'm going to get my wife to go call you guys about this problem. And the ones that's kind of confused about me talking about my wife, I have a plaintiff that is saying that we have been married before. Their legal team said that we have paperwork saying that we have been divorced, and I take full responsibility for the seed itself. All these things are fraudulent. I never, ever signed up for any of that. And they got that far until I responded. Guys and ladies, respond. Stop being scared. Follow them directions and respond.
Yep. And you have to.
In Georgia, if anybody listening for Georgia, I was in East Point. And if you know anything about East Point, that child support office is not playing. I went in there. I stood on my 10 as a man, not coming in there for do no business. But if I known and if I knew how to walk the right walk, you know what I mean? Maybe I would have got different results. But this was my result right here. I walked in there and I started talking the talk and I started looking for the right people, and I got kicked out because they want to know who I am so bad. I'm trying to figure out why is that important. You know what I mean? Who you looking for, the debtor or the creditor? Don't let that go over your head.
They're looking for the debtor. You know, they're looking for that debtor. So are they going to go to the court as the debtor or what?
With respect to them, every woman that I spoke to on those phones and in my face, who are you? And that's where we stop at. Why are you and who are you? And if you're not who you are, why is it that you are? And if it's not that you are, then why are you here again? So it's like they play games. They ask you the same question over and over and over and over and over. Far removed from it, but just a blessing that I keep going on with the right wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I got a problem in Cobb County. I gave them no restriction. I gave them no jurisdiction. I did not allude that I wanted to be involved in anything that the police officers them had going on with. But at a traffic stop, I was insulted. I was called crazy. I was looked at stupid. I was done everything but let go to be on my pursuit of happiness. I was quiet. I gave no jurisdiction to the point where they're like, bro, I don't even know what stick you with, but this is what we're gonna give you the ticket for. I go in there and I got paperwork on this too. It's just Yahuah Magnify is a busy man. He got a crazy channel right now that I still support, even though I got my remedy. You guys need to check back in because guess what? It get weird out here, and you need to be cognizant and vigilant, man. That this is still a word that you got to keep your third eye open for. But back into my story though, I got a remedy for that. I got arrested. I gave no jurisdiction, and I still got arrested. And then guess what the judge did for me, Yahuah Magnified?
What?
She actually stayed a friend of the court. And guess what she gave me? $0. Remedy, no points, no nothing. This ain't even on your record. She asked me at the end of the court, so what would you like to say to a friend if you was to tell them that you went through this thing? Would you just tell them to just kind of cooperate with the police and let it go? I looked at her like I didn't know what to say to her. Because, ma'am, I think you just gave me my dismissal. You need to dismiss all and let me go.
Exactly. That's it. That's it. You got to stand firm.
I'm out. I got that.
Stand firm.
Yeah. So, yes, sir. So, like I'm telling you guys, man, this thing is fluid, man. It's fluid. Once you do it the right way, you'll see.
It's a lifestyle. It's a whole lifestyle.
It's a whole lifestyle. It really is. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
All right.
And I'm going to keep following your channel. I'm going to keep watching, man.
All right. Anytime, Mark. Hey, man, I like to thank you, man. I like to thank, your wife coming on as well, helping you and assisting you and everything else, man, and stand beside you out through this whole fight, because, hey, every man needs that strong one behind him, to support him through this fight. So, hey, man, I really appreciate y'all for coming on.
I really thank her, man. I really appreciate it because at any point, she could have just said, you know what, I ain't feeling the energy. I'm not feeling the finances that come behind it. I'm not feeling the turmoil. I'm not even feeling my first initial decision I told you that I was okay with or not okay with. Like, this thing can change your whole life, man. And I just really appreciate my support system and God for just helping all of this stay solid how it can be. Because mistakes happen. I understand that. But we don't have to continue to make them, man. And you ain't got to lay down like anything. And especially when you got a right support system, man, everything goes how it needs to.
Everything goes, hey, man, like I tell everybody, all glory and honor to the Most High Yah. Without him, nothing to be possible. You know what I mean? Like the wisdom and the understanding, and by him opening up my eyes, and I'm helping others open up their eyes as well. I'm just the best one, the tool that's being used by the Most High, man, to try to help as many brothers who deserve remedy get remedy. You see what I mean? Because like I said, the Most High know the hearts of everyone. He knows who deserve it and who don't. I don't know everyone's heart. I can only judge off of what I'm being told, what I'm being seen. But the Most High, he knows all. So he will assist those and step in between the gap for those who need him to step in when it's that time. So it's all good and honor to the Most High, Yah. You know what I mean? That's who gets all the glory and honor. I'm just here as a vessel. That's it.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, so I ain't gonna hold y'all. If you got anything else to say before I let you go?
Nah, man, just a ton of thank yous, bro. Just a ton of thank yous.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mark. All right, so that's all I'm gonna do for today. If you all need my help, you all heard from him. Remember my email at yahismagnified@gmail.com. Let's get this right wisdom, this right knowledge, and this right understanding. And also the new merch is coming out soon, guys. So be on the lookout for that. With that being said, I say shalom, Ma'ak.
Shalom, Ma'ak.
All right, peace.
Peace.